It's so easy to stack what's going wrong in our lives. And what that creates is this momentum of spiraling downwards. Hi, it's Stacey Berger here with Mastering Your Mindset as a life and business coach. I am passionate about you living a life you love. Have you ever found yourself in an argument with somebody, maybe your wife, your husband, your partner? You're making your list of grievances and pretty soon you're like, and this, and this, and this. And all of a sudden you've got this long grocery list of things that you're upset with. This is a principle we call stacking. Why this is important to you is it's so easy to stack what's going wrong in our lives. And what that creates is this momentum of spiraling downwards. So how do we stop the negative stacking and start to do positive stacking? What happens when we're thinking about the things that aren't going right in our life? We can get into this negative stacking energy where our alarm didn't go off, we hit the snooze button, we beat ourselves up for not getting up and going to the gym, we're late for the meeting, we're stuck in traffic, you spilled your coffee, and pretty soon we've got this long grocery list of things that aren't going right. What happens when we're thinking about the things that aren't going right? The law of attraction goes to work and starts to attract ideas of other things that aren't going right. So pretty soon when we're having a bad day or a bad week, or we've hit somewhat of where it feels like we've hit a wall, all of a sudden we're thinking about all the things that are going wrong in our life and it feels like nothing's going right. And the law of attraction works perfectly. It's constantly attracting like things. So if I'm in problem energy and what's going wrong, I will attract more ideas and thoughts and circumstances by stacking that. The good news is the same thing works when things are going right. When we wake up in a state of gratitude, when we're thinking about the things we're grateful for, when we're looking at the many blessings in our life, when we're noticing the sunrises, the sunsets, the different formations of the clouds, when we're having success in our careers or something really great happens in our relationships, somebody gives us a compliment, and we're paying attention to that, we start to stack, or we can stack, what's going good. And law of attraction goes to work. And if that's where our attention is, we start to attract other ideas, circumstances, thoughts, where all of a sudden we're stacking the good. And this is why it feels like when things are going good, everything's going good. And when things are going wrong, it feels like everything's going wrong. And that's simply the law of attraction at work. So if you're finding yourself stuck where it feels like nothing's going right now, where you feel like you've hit a wall or you're feeling stuck, the best way and most simple way to shift that energy to start to stack the good is go to gratitude. What can I be grateful for in this moment? And it can be as simple as, I'm grateful that I can go to the kitchen sink and turn on the tap and get cold water or warm water. I'm grateful for the clean air to breathe. I'm grateful for my comfortable bed. I'm grateful for this day of life. These don't have to be the big things that we're grateful for in life, but when we start looking for the many blessings, we'll start to attract other ideas and thoughts, other things you can be grateful for. And it'll shift the energy, shift the momentum, where you're no longer stacking the problems, but you're stacking the good. And you'll start to feel better. And when we feel better, we do better. And when we do better, we attract better. So noticing what you're noticing when you're in the argument, when you're talking about your day and you find yourself stacking, and instead isolate just the one thing. You don't have to add to that. And quickly, the sooner you can notice it, shift to gratitude. And let me tell you about the good things that happened today. Let me tell you what I'm grateful for, and watch that energy shift. Check out the playlist I created with other ways to create that positive stacking mindset. And here is to your success.